2 teams, 2 locations. We're ready to service you. So, again, you also go to buckleysautocare.com and make your appointment really, really easily. So, all right, we start off with it's a new year. What are we doing? How do you feel about your car? How do you feel about yourself? What do you want out of the new year? So we talked about having the car, keeping the car, and making sure it's going to stay running right for the next year or the next decade, however long you feel comfortable. And that was one of the things that very difficult. Any professional can tell you, look, the car will run as long as you maintain it. It'll stay good forever, right? At least for a good chunk of change. But we can't tell you how you feel about the car. If you don't feel good about the car, if you don't like the car, if it's lost its appeal, maybe something's irritating with you. Maybe you have a lifestyle change coming up and you're starting to do different things. Okay, well, it could be time for a new car. I mean, if you're done driving kids around and they're grown and you had that minivan, well, now you might want just a 4-door sedan, or you want a little smaller SUV. You downsize a little bit. Great, no problem. There's nobody that's going to tell you not to do something like that. All right. So, and we talked about trends. We have EVs coming up, and are you prepared? If you are in the market for an EV, are you prepared to work with getting that EV set up properly? Is your home set up for it? Do you have enough electric? I know that sounds crazy, but some are putting in different boxes. Your charging unit is going to have to be installed, and there are various models of charging units from general to high speed. Do you have more than one EV at the house? These are things you got to look at. And then if you're buying an EV or even a used EV, which are on the market now, very, very important that you have a complete pre-purchase inspection, and make sure that if there is any type of I want to say warranty, but you got to check that out on the battery itself, because that's the one that's going to cost you the most if things should fail. And also make sure that you need records on those. All cars you should request records on before you buy it, if it's a used one. Okay, technology. Too much, too little. Do we have? Are you comfortable with the technology that's in the car? As we said, hey, I like my heated seats. I like my air conditioning seats. I like my heads-up display. I like being able to walk away from the car and the car locks itself. These are things that we might say, hey, it's too much, but you get used to it. There's again all these options. They do one thing: they raise the price of the car. There's no question about it. You're paying for that, and now I think one of the bigger trends that we're going to start to see is subscriptions. So if I want my heated seats to keep working, well, I got to pay a little extra per month. All right. If I want that heads-up display, I might have to pay a couple $1 a month more. And they can eliminate it by turning it off. They can deprogram the car. And I think we're going to see more and more of that as well. Every car will be built with options inside of it, and you can subscribe to have them turned on. And when you don't want them, you can take away the subscription. So these are things that are going to be part of what new cars are going to be like. And I think if you take that all the way out, it'll probably make cars a little bit less if they build one platform and all options included. It's like, okay, when's the last time you seen a car with crank style windows, right? I can't say. They're all electric now. They're all push button, because over the decades they've gotten rid of the handles. It's more expensive to put a handle in than it is a switch. So now all windows are motorized and they're push button, right? So there you go. There's a little tactic right there that they'll use to increase the cost, but over time it becomes a real convenience. And when you look at a car with crank windows, would you buy it? Probably not. So these things go on, and this is how manufacturers continue to create trends, or what they think we're going to need or use, either in convenience or for safety. That's the biggest thing. Safety is everything coming at from airbag deployments to as many airbags or air curtains that will keep us safe, seatbelts that are smart, headlights that are smart. This is all new tech coming in for the new year. Now, let's say you do want to get rid of your vehicle, right? And it's paid off, it's done, and you're looking at ways, I'm not getting much of a trade value out of it. What can I do with it? Well, one of the biggest things that I really like people talking about or asking me about is, can I donate the vehicle? And of course, yes, it's great. That older car can help someone else in need. Maybe it buys a meal, maybe it buys 100 meals. Maybe it supports clothes. There's a lot of things that vehicle can do for an organization who are there to help people. Now, is it easy to donate a car? Well, yeah. I mean, there's things that you have to have in place. You can make a phone call to certain nonprofits. Right here in Wilmington, you had Reverend Tom Lehman and the Sunday Mission, who has a great program. They're local. And, of course, everything goes to help those in need, bedding, a place to stay, food. All of that comes in under Reverend Tom's program at the mission. It's a simple program. You can go to the Sunday Breakfast Mission online, and you'll get all the details. And the reason why you want to get details is, and I've had this happen to a few of my clients who really call. You can hear them or you see them on TV, cars for kids. It doesn't matter. The thing that you want to make sure of is that the proceeds, and it's got to be at least 90%. There's going to be some fees that just you can't help, but 90% of that car's value or whatever they sell it for at the end goes to the mission itself. It doesn't go to administration fees. It doesn't go anywhere else. You try to get to 100% on these. So that's why you have to have a trusted source if you're going to donate. Pick something that really is it fits your I want to say philosophy or philanthropic meaning, or how you want to donate, what you're passionate about. If it's cats, dogs, animals, pets, find an organization that does that. If it's to help people, Reverend Tom and his Sunday Breakfast Mission, that's one local charity that really does a great job. They've been doing it for years. They have a way of getting you full value for your vehicle, so your write-off and your tax deductions are good. For veterans, I know that the actor Gary Sinise has Cars for Veterans that he runs nationally. If you know of Gary or follow Gary, he has really dedicated his life to helping veterans and does a fantastic job with it. You can go to his websites and you can see the process is all there. You need to have a clear title. That's number one. You have to have the vehicle ready to be towed, meaning that all of your possessions, everything that you want out of that vehicle is there. Some will take cars in any condition. I would say that if your car is not in a runnable situation, or you can't drive it, or has major repairs, you need to be honest with that organization and let them know that, hey, my engine isn't running, or my transmission is bad, or I have another major component. Be fair with them. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Your vehicle will get the best value wherever or however it can. They need to turn that vehicle over in order to. They have to sell it in order to get the funds to come back in real cash and help the organization. So a lot of these places, they may not tell you all the details, but I'm letting you know from personal experience and what my clients have gone through is that these are the tips that I offer them. Make sure your possessions are out, that you have a clear and clean title. No liens. The vehicle cannot have a lien. It can't have any tickets on it. It means that there's going to be an issue with if they sell the car, that the title isn't any good, and therefore all of that gets backed up, so it becomes a real problem. Titling is very important. Notify your insurance of what you're doing. Make sure that you take the plate off the car, the license plate. You do not want to carry it. You don't want to send your plate away with the car to the donation site. The state will take your tag back. Your I think it's a I can't remember the name of the little strip at the bottom of the title. You need to fill that out and send that into DMV right away. And they need to sign it before they take the car away, or that way you have it. The DMV knows that you're donating the car. It's going to another location and go from there. So these are little easy things that you can do. They help others, so it's a good thing to get into. All right. Greg Buckley here from Buckley's Auto Care. It's a new year. Want to have fun here at Drive Safe, Drive Smart, and we'll see you next week.
You've been listening to Drive Safe, Drive Smart with Greg Buckley. Visit Buckley's Auto Care with 2 locations, Wilmington and Millsboro. Visit us at buckleysautocare.com and all social media platforms.